U.S. foreign policy challenges are in sharper focus this week after North Korea tested rocket launchers and what appeared to be guided missiles. While closer to home, embattled Venezuelan ruler Nicolas Maduro survived an uprising by loyalists of opposition leader and self-declared interim president Juan Guaido. VOA's Michael Bowman has more.
North Korea's short-range tests sent projectiles into the sea off North Korea's coast. Overseen by the country's ruler, Kim Jong-un, the drill came as nuclear discussions between Washington and Pyongyang remain at an impasse. The Trump administration is demanding North Korea's verified denuclearization before sanctions are lifted, while Kim has sought more immediate sanctions relief.
We still believe that there's an opportunity to get a negotiated outcome where we get fully verified denuclearization. Chairman Kim has repeated that. He's repeated that quite recently, in fact. And so we hope that this act that he took over the weekend won't get in the way. We want to get back at the table. We want to continue to have these conversations.
Others appear far more alarmed by the tests. The chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Subcommittee on East Asia, Republican Cory Gardner, urged even more crippling sanctions on the North Korean maniac, adding the United States must ramp up maximum pressure if we are to peacefully achieve the goal of the complete, verifiable, and irreversible denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. At the same time, President Donald Trump's outreach to Kim is drawing praise from an unlikely source.
This is one area, actually, where I do not fault Trump. I think the idea of sitting down with Kim Jong-un is the right thing to do. It is very, very difficult, but clearly they are a threat to the planet.
Venezuela, meanwhile, presents a frustrating situation for the Trump administration as U.S.-backed opposition leader Juan Guaido's latest call for popular revolt failed to dislodge ruler Nicolas Maduro.
These things sometimes have bumpy roads, to be sure, but Maduro can't feel good. He's ruling for the moment, but he can't govern. The president has a full-scale set of options, diplomatic options, political options, options with our allies, and then ultimately a set of options that would involve use of U.S. military. We're preparing those for him so that when the situation arises, we're not flat-footed.
Last week, Pompeo asserted that Russia convinced Maduro not to abandon Venezuela for exile in Cuba. Days later, after a telephone conversation with Russian President Vladimir Putin, Trump said that Putin is not looking to get involved in Venezuela and that he and Putin share a desire to see something positive happen for the South American nation.